The boy grew up amongst the wise men in the clouds. From his earliest days, he was known as a super psychic, a 4th level shaman. He learned how to cast spells from his elders, and he learned how to fly by himself. Riding the wind like it was the most natural thing to do, he turned his head towards the sun. He would align his energy with that of the universe, and he would dance the eternal dance of life and dreaming. In these days, he had an altar, a nahual, an animal spirit, a demon, and he and his demon would traverse the landscape, talking to men in their dreams, only making sure to return before the witching hour, when everything would be forgotten and the cycle would refresh, begin anew. One night, as the boy and his demon were riding about, following those mysterious paths beyond normal perception, telepathically communicating with one another and hyper alert of the world around them, they came upon a mysteriously glowing town with an energy source all of its own. One of the rules that the elders gave to this boy was that he could watch and he could offer advice, but he could never, ever do more than whisper in dreams, and always he had to return by 3. These rules were to protect the boy and to erect a barrier between the sacred and profane. But the boy was young, and though he was powerful, he was quite naive. So one night, one very clear and warm spring night, the boy descended upon the beautiful glowing town, and here, in this town, he saw the rows upon rows of unnaturally beautiful, clean, simple houses, and here he saw tranquil, happy people, and here he saw an old man, thin and frail and full of laughter and mysterious power, standing and watching the boy, smiling as he kept their shared secret knowledge between just the two of them. "You can see me?" the boy whispered. The old man smiled and laughed, and gestured humbly as he said, yes, I can. And there's much more that I can see, and much more that I could teach. Beyond simply harnessing and riding the winds, I could teach you how to create energy for yourself. I could teach you to make the universe work for you, and I could teach you how to live forever. But you have to stay here to learn it. The boy was tempted, but as the cold air began to swirl and the witching hour approached, he and his demon flew away. They flew home as the old man watched. The boy returned the next night. "I am a 4th level shaman," he told the old man. The old man who could see what others did not. "And yet I do not understand you," said the boy. "I do not understand your power, and yet it seems the people here love you, and you always have so much food and light. So you must be good." The boy shared his dance with the old man, his wonderful, powerful, mythic dance of creation and love. And the old man learned it with him and joined him. Stay here, he entreated the boy, "and we will all dance forever. You have taught me a great thing, but we can become even greater, this city even brighter for man and spirit alike." The boy was hypnotized by the man, by his beauty, and by his sweet food and humor, and he hugged the old man, and in doing so forgot all of his training. He fell asleep. The witching hour passed, and the sun rose. The other people gathered around, seeing the boy awaken, their smiling faces on him radiating with wisdom and strength. The old man sat charging crystals and humming gently. All smiled upon the boy. Yet he grew uneasy, remembering that he was supposed to be home, and so he left without uttering a word, hoping that none of the elders would find out about his lapse in judgment. So the boy left. He flew faster than he had ever flown before. He returned to the lake and the sky to heal, to reflect, but as he peered into the deep dark waters, he felt no healing. He felt something missing, and so he looked to his side, realizing his folly, and that he had lost his demon, his nahual, his animal spirit, and that he was alone, his world now loud, and he was lost. And so he set off from the sky, but this time he did not fly. He tumbled and he stumbled and he crashed into the earth, where a few days later the old man found him, looking more beautiful than ever, dancing the dance that the boy had now forgotten, and bringing him back to life. He told the boy that he could read his mind, and that he knew that the boy did not want the power of a shaman, that he wanted a simple life, an easy life. And so he was going to grant this to the boy. "Did you steal my demon?" the boy asked. "I gave you peace," the old man said, sternly, and peering deeply into the boy, he lulled the boy into a gentle sleep. The boy woke up several days later, wounds bandaged, mind cleared and refreshed. He felt happy, and nothing seemed to matter. In the town, the boy soon learned the way of the townspeople. Up with the dawn, praying to the old man and working with the crystals. He felt so happy here that he soon forgot all about the elders in the sky, all about his demon, his old home, and began to think all those things were simply dreams. One day, in between chores and prayers, he talked to the old man of flying, of finding something better. The old man smiled gently, reminded the boy that the only truth in the world is power, and that we surely can fly, but that to do so we will have to make a flying machine. The boy smiled as he listened to the old man's plans. He regretted bringing up the idea of flying, but knowing that the old man's plans to take the healing waters that reside in the sky to dominate with power could never be fulfilled. The boy knew somewhere so deep that even the old man couldn't reach. The boy knew that the true power could only be granted to those pure of heart and pure of spirit, and that those waters in the sky could never heal the old man. He knew deep inside that those same healing waters would twist one who used them selfishly. But the old man continued to build his flying machine, and the people prayed and watched. And all the while the boy grew older, and he fell in love with a woman, and he fell more in love with the town and the people and simple life there, and he forgot more and more of his old life every day, except for that one little piece somewhere deep inside where the old man could never touch. One day the old man ascended into the sky, pointed his airship toward the place where the healing springs were, and set off. The boy smiled, knowing that the old man would never find what he sought, and inside he felt pangs of sadness, for he also knew that deep inside there was something missing in the town, and that as happy and rich as all the townspeople were, there was something they would always be missing. Many days passed, and word came that the old man had indeed fallen from the sky, that he had found the springs, but they had not healed him, and had in fact poisoned him. The boy smiled at the old man's stupidity, but then he was shocked when he was called aside, thinking that he was in trouble. It turned out that he was selected to search for the old man by one of the high priests. "He called for you in particular," said the priest. "He said you knew a sacred dance and that you must dance with him one last time to revive his weakened spirit." The old man had done all he could to help the boy forget, but somewhere deep inside the boy knew that the priest spoke the truth, and so he left the town and wandered the desert in search of the old man. After 3 cold nights wandering through a decaying desert, he found the old man. The old man smiled weakly, seeing the boy, and said, dance with me like the old times." "I do not remember," the boy began. But then the old man placed a finger on the boy's forehead, releasing his memory. "I have used your knowledge," the old man said. "Used it to expand my life, extend my life, and to give my city more power. Turn this land into a desert to glorify our city. Please forgive me." "But was it necessary?" the boy said. "Did it not also make you happy?" the old man said weakly. "Necessary," the boy began to whisper, but then was quiet. "Please let us dance," the old man said. "We will all be happy once more." "Listen," the old man said. "I know you are angry, but think of all the people our power depends on. Now please, let us dance and then go with me to the pool of sacred water and purify it. I know you can do that. You know the ways of energy of shamans, things that even I do not. Together we can become so much more powerful." The boy hesitated, while the old man grew ever more angry. "There is no stopping the way of the world, young boy. The cycles of power would continue, foolishly, recklessly, until we harnessed them. The boy smiled at the old man, torn between his anger at the misuse of power and his love for the townspeople. But as he looked at the old man, he no longer saw wisdom, just greed and pain, the strain that all of this power was putting on him. "Dance with me," the boy says, "and I will relieve your pain." So the old man danced, but this dance was different. "You tricked me," the old man screamed, as time flew out from the two of them, and as death and peace embraced their souls. "You tricked me!" The boy could feel his soul returning to the world, to the earth. He felt pain release, and he felt at peace. "What will the people of the city do now, without a guide?" the old man screamed as he melted into the mist. "They are smart," the boy said. "We must trust they will find a way to live. And if they do not, then, like us, they will transform and be reborn again. There is always another chance." That was the first lesson that the elders taught me.